Hi everybody, are you ready to create? Today we're going to look at folds of fabric and how to draw it effectively. So the first thing we're going to do is look at the shadows created with a piece of paper, and you can clearly see by folding the piece of paper where the highlights and shadows are on the paper, and you can play with that a little bit and really look at where the shadows are and the highlights. First thing you're going to do is a quick tonal scale just to practice and get ready, and then you're going to try to draw that folded piece of paper. You can use any paper you have. Just start with an outline, and then just like the tonal scale, go from light to dark and really look at your paper and where it is. You can do this slowly. This is speeded up, so that's why it's fast, but it should be fairly slowly if you want a smooth result. Use the side of your pencil to shade in. Also, don't forget the shadows under your object, which is a piece of paper there. For me, it's a little bit different because I'm not standing where the camera is, so I can see more of the shadow, which is why you can see more of the shadow on the drawing. And notice how I've left a little bit of white on the edge of the paper, so it even brings more of a 3D effect there. You can see where the highlights are and the shadows are, and as I said before, don't forget the shadow underneath to get a truly 3D effect. So hopefully by doing this little exercise you understood how the highlight and shadows work. Now you can get on with your main artwork. I'm using tape to create a frame. You don't have to do this, it's just a little bit neater really. Using masking tape. Don't use other types of tapes, otherwise you won't be able to take it off. So just masking tape or washi tape is good, paper-based tape. And then what you're going to do is create a ground, which is to make your paper a neutral grey color with the pencil. So I'm just really quickly filling the square with some pencil marks, and then I'm wiping it, blending it with a tissue paper so that I just get a uniform grey. Then you're ready to start. So I'm looking at some folded fabric just that I found in the house, and I'm starting with an outline, and then carefully I'm just looking at the outside, the negative spaces in the fabric, and just doing the outline, making sure my proportions are correct. It's not exactly the same as the photo because I took the photo afterward. I was just actually looking at the fabric in front of me, and then I just fill in the black spaces, the dark, the shadows, just the same as we did with the paper, by creating some gradients of light and dark in tone. If you really just focus on where you can see shadows and start with that, I find it easier to work, and then add the mid-tones. If you go over a highlight, just use a rubber. You can use a rubber just like a pencil to draw with, to rub out your highlights. And you can go fairly dark with the shadows, and just really look where the highlights are so that you really have this sharp contrast. So this is a good way to create a kind of abstract art. It doesn't matter if you don't know what you're looking at. It's just really good practice with shade and tone. And when you shade in, try to use your pencil in one direction so that you get a smooth finish. And I took off my tape, and there we are. My artwork is finished. I can't wait to see what you do, and have fun. Bye.